Welcome back aboard to a mad, chaotic week with the Cordelians, where we have so much going on. We share with you what a typical week looks like living on a boat when you're also prepping to sail 1,500 miles across the Caribbean Sea. We install a windlass, repair the exhaust elbow, provision for the trip, celebrate our anniversary. Annette returns to the UK and pick up some precious cargo. We are Steve, Annette and Gus and have lived aboard our Venus Ketch for nearly 18 years. And after sailing nearly 15,000 miles, we have decided that the Cordelia is in desperate need of a refit. So we're heading to Guatemala. Hi, it's our anniversary today. And Steve has asked that even in all this heat, he has asked if we can have roast lamb. We did actually manage to find a leg of lamb in the supermarket here. And also, quite unusually, we managed to find some lovely fresh veg as well. Veg that we're very used to back in the UK, parsnips. Which secretly I'm quite pleased about because I love lamb. But also, it's going to be our last meal together for quite some time. I'm not going to get upset at this point because I know there's plenty of that to come. I've got to go back to the UK again because unfortunately my dad is very poorly. So we're going to have this dinner on our anniversary today and we're going to enjoy it. I'll show it to you when it's done. This is our lamb, our leg of lamb. Yeah, so it's shrunk a little bit, but did have a little taste of it just there, just to make sure that A, it was cooked, and B, it tastes as good as it smells. And it does. So that's our roast lamb dinner with parsnips, roast potatoes, real broccoli, real carrots, and this is a boiled onion. We love onions that are boiled. Obviously Steve's got the bigger onion and a lot more meat and a lot more potatoes and parsnips and carrots and broccoli.
He's a greedy bastard.
Yes, he is. But anyway, that's our anniversary dinner.
Happy days. Happiness on a plate.
Oh, and we got to get mint jelly and mint sauce, which we have got. Wow, you did well.
It was gorgeous. Absolutely top-notch British roast dinner.
Just the potatoes could have been a bit crispier, couldn't they?
Don't matter. British roast dinner.
They could have been a bit crispier.
Meat to die for.
No, it was definitely very, very nice.
Hello. Well, today is a good day. Isn't it, Gus? Today is a good day because today I'm trying to fit the new windlass motor gearbox. So we have this thing of beauty. This is a brand new one. Oh, shiny. All the way from England. It's going to change our life. I'm going to try and do a few modifications with some silicone to try and, although the last one did last 14 years, so I can't. I say it lasted, I've said this, it's a bit rocky here, right? I said it lasted 14 years. For the first 8 years, it was only like summer use because we were in the marina all the time, and then we'd go out at weekends and anchor all the time. But when we left the UK, and finally in 2019, it's then had like 6 years of continuous or pretty continuous use because we don't go in marinas. We try and avoid marinas, A, because the boat doesn't handle very well, and I can't handle it very well in marinas, and it's expensive. So it's had 6 years of good use. So is that good? Is that bad? I think it's pretty good. I think it's not a great design. I start off by sealing the outside around the windlass clutch with Sikaflex to try and stop the water getting in from outside, and then. So, secrets of the bilge. I carry around, as you do, a part roll of neoprene rubber because it's good for making gaskets and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I've got some of this lovely stuff, and I've made this contraption, which is going to go round the gearbox. So the idea is that going forward I try and keep the wet chain away from the actual gearbox. And I keep saying this, even though the other one lasted years, I now see some of the problems that were caused over those years. I'm trying to improve it. That's all I'm trying to do, improve it. So I've basically wrapped the gearbox in like a thick rubber neoprene to stop the wet chain being able to get on the side of the aluminium, or it's not aluminium, the alloy. And as it comes down, because you can't change the distance between this and this, there's no setting, there's nothing you can do. So basically we're gonna see how that goes, because I'm in a very small sweaty box. Delivery day, well, collection day. Been over to West Tech to pick up our new portable fridge freezer, because our old freezer has completely died. That was hard. So plan B.
Marigot Bay here in St Martin is normally a hub of activity with hundreds of cruisers. But it's hurricane season and there are only about 20 boats here, half of which are empty and the other half transiting on to other countries. So there's no one here to help Steve. Then getting it inside the boat was a game, because we had worked out the dimensions from the Dometic website, which are back to front, so it doesn't actually fit through the companionway. Having dismantled it further, we managed to get it inside, but it had to sit in the saloon. We then waited until Annette was around to put it into the forward berth via the cabin hatch. Hello. Sadly, my dad did pass away, and it's one of the most difficult aspects of living this life, being away from your family for long periods of time. It's something that you think you'll be able to cope with, and perhaps you can. I couldn't, and was so glad I returned to spend that precious time with him.
We had a leak from the exhaust, but I'm trying to find out about a water leak. The exhaust kind of sits like that, but the water leak was under here. I don't know, I'm trying to work out where it's coming from, but I can't see any obvious hole.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, there's something going on. There's something going on just there. don't know, I can't see.
That doesn't look like a hole, does it?
No.
You sure the Jubilee clips were tight enough here?
I don't know at the moment. That's the short answer. What I can't have is water running back into the engine, or the potential for water to run back into the engine. I don't think it's a lot. I think it's a tiny, tiny weep, but over a period it's left like a salt deposit all down the back side of that exhaust when it's sat in its normal position. At the moment I can't get that bit out of that bit. Basically the hot air, the hot exhaust gas goes there through that bit, and the raw water from the engine that's cooled the engine goes from that bit, joins into that bit without coming back this way, and sends it off to the back of the boat. So out the back of the boat you get exhaust gas mixed with the water from the cooling. So I've given it a wire brush with my brand new wire brush that I bought for actually cleaning the prop. But yeah, I've given it a wire brush off, and I've actually found a little pinprick hole. See just there?
Oh yes.
Where that shit is. Oh. So when I push from there, can you see I can...
Yeah, I can see it oozing out, yeah.
So now what I've got to do is clean the inside up, because it's going to need welding from the inside as well as the outside. So before I take it to the welder, I'm going to clean that up to make his life a little bit easier, so that they can see what it is I want them to do. So the cleaner I can get that to be able to show them, I want them to weld in there, but I also want them to just drop a little bit on the outside. I just got back from the welders.
You look a bit hot and sweaty.
It is a bit hot and sweaty. There was daylight showing through in there, but you can't see it now. But then what they've done is they've welded all the way around. So they put new metal in.
That weld looks a bit better than the weld on the back.
That is a proper weld. That is a
wow.
And not an easy weld, because this is, so this piece is mild steel and this is stainless steel, so they react in different ways when you're welding it. They put a lovely weld all the way around with, and basically they cut a ring of tube and put a ring of tube around it and then welded that on, so it's actually thicker than it was. So that's a complete new piece of tube.
Well, come on then, how much did it cost? Oh dear, I'm dying here.
The name of the company is FKG. They are riggers, they are hydraulic engineers, and they are fabricators on the Dutch side of St. Martin. And they're really big and they're really good. Really, really, and I'm a fussy bastard. They're really, really, really good. They did this overnight. We dropped it off yesterday afternoon, picked it up at lunchtime today. How much did it cost?
I don't know, I've no idea.
71 US dollars.
So about 55 quid?
Yeah.
Wow. Brilliant.
So you want anything done and you're in St. Martin, FKG. Can't recommend them highly enough.
We've just got a couple of things left to do before we actually check out of St. Martin. We've got to go and pick up our last two packages which have arrived and go and do our washing. We've got 4 enormous bags of washing to do, and then we'll just provision up. We'll just go and get a bit more food to fill up the freezer and a few more groceries. Make sure that we've got enough fuel. I think we'll fill up with fuel, but just make sure that we've got enough fuel, and then we'll be heading out of St. Martin. So I'm in the laundrette. Steve's gone off to Westec, the shipping agent, just to pick up our last 2 small packages. It is hot today, very hot. Look at the state of my head. Dripping down my nose. The sweat from my eyeballs. Anyway, it's hot. Yeah, so we've got 4 loads of washing in. which has cost €20, €5 a pot, a machine. Which isn't too bad actually. That's 8 kilos. So that has been a godsend. It's been absolutely gorgeous, just sat in front of it. The air conditioning. Anybody had that on the boat? Can't have everything. No, but in all seriousness, it'd be lovely to have air conditioning on the boat. So washing's nearly done, just waiting for Steve and to fold up the last lot. It's shopping day today. We've got to go to the shop. Super you, here we come. And we've got to hurry because it's going to rain later. And then we'll be back and we're going to move the boat because we need to move the boat into slightly calmer waters so as we can get in the water and start scrubbing the bottom, ready for the end of the week.
I only got 25 yards. It's just the roughest bit of road on the planet.
It's hot. It's about 30 degrees, and this is just, I'd say probably just over a third of the shopping that we need to do our trip. And as you can see, the wheels have just about given out. We're just off shopping again. This is our last shopping trip, just to get some perishables and some bits and pieces to make our meals with. So I need to start prepping meals later on this afternoon. And then we're back to the boat and we've got to carry on scrubbing the underneath of the boat, and I've got to put Steve up the mast. So I'm not looking forward to that because my arm is killing me because I fell down the steps, the companionway steps.
You had a fall.
I had a fall, as Steve says. All older people have falls.
Now we're seniors, we have falls.
I'm not a senior. He likes to think I'm a senior just to match him, but I'm not. After 3 months in the water, Steve started cleaning Woody first. Then we both cleaned Cordelia's hull in the hope of getting that extra knot of speed on the passage over to Guatemala. All this after Gus has had his obligatory swim, of course. I'm just doing fish and chips. Mahi mahi, mahi mahi, mahi mahi, mahi mahi. They're for Gus. I know, I spoil him. He likes a bit of fish. Good morning. We are just on our way to go and get rid of some rubbish and go and get some fuel, and then we're coming back. So we step outside and it just started to blow a hoolie. Look at these waves. You can see the white caps out there. We'll be all right. Gonna get a bit wet, but we'll soon dry.
We got rid of the rubbish and we bought a baguette. Ooh. It's very pointy. Very pointy baguette. It's like a weapon. And now we're off to the fuel station.
That's good. I think they let Steve fill up before that massive cat has filled up. Excellent. So I'm just prepping some meals for the trip. I've done a chilli over here. I'm just doing a kind of stewy thing here with mince and lots of different vegetables, potatoes, carrots, swede, green beans, tomatoes, onions. So, and then I'm going to do a pork loin one as well, but I'll do that afterwards. And I'm also going to do a turkey curry as well. So, and then once they're all cooled, I will put them in the freezer so as we can just take them out and use them. Well, that's the idea anyway. So yeah, a bit of a mess at the moment. So that's 8 meals I've done. And hopefully all I've got to do then is maybe cook a bit of rice, and that'll be 1 week. We're just doing some prep for crossing the Caribbean Sea over to Guatemala, and we've made a decision that we're going to use the expertise of a guy called Chris Parker, who is extremely good at navigation and weather routing. We were recommended him by a friend of ours, but actually looking into it, it appears that lots of friends of ours have actually used him, and we just were unaware. We didn't use anybody to cross the Atlantic. I don't know why. We just felt that we could do it. So, but we are in hurricane season.
Yeah, when we crossed the Atlantic, we just used a bit of seaweed and lucky heather. No, we didn't. But this trip is a little bit more off the beaten track, the way we're looking at going. So I don't think it's a route that people would normally take from St. Martin through to Guatemala, going underneath Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and Jamaica, and that they normally come from the Bahamas, or they'd come from Florida, or they'd come up from Panama. We're going to use the services of Chris Parker and a company called the Marine Weather Center, which I think is Chris's business, to get email weather reports and hopefully a specific kind of passage planning, weather, departure planning advice, we think.
Join us next time when we set off across the Caribbean Sea. It's hurricane season, and only 2 days into the crossing our problems start. And of course it wouldn't be normal if it happened during the day. No, it happened in the middle of the night. If you've enjoyed this episode, it would help us immensely if you could give us a like and leave us a comment on YouTube. A massive thank you to all of our viewers and supporters in what has been a really, really difficult time. Some of you messaging on a daily basis to ensure that I was okay. We really do appreciate it and look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Ciao for now.